lands to the seas. Life's an endless mystery. Stamp your passport one more time. Every place a new sublime. Smiles and stories we will share. Adventures waiting everywhere. Stamp your passport one more time. Every place a new sublime.
Hello, America. This is TV's Dave Galvin bringing you another episode of Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. So here we are in 10 minutes or less. We're going to have our new podcast, and this is the first real episode. You know, my wife and I are planning our anniversary trip. Every year we go somewhere. Last year we went to Las Vegas, and just the two of us. Yeah, as you know, I usually give tours of Las Vegas, but we decided for it to be just the two of us this time with no actual real work to do. And my wife went into the Plaza Hotel on Fremont, because we always stay on Fremont. She gambled so much. Oh, God, she gambled so much. She ended up winning a cruise. Her name was put into an actual hat, and they picked the winner out of the hat, and she ended up winning a cruise. Okay, so we're taking our first Carnival cruise, which has really been preoccupying our minds lately, just trying to get everything done before we head off to this cruise. We're just trying to get stuff taken care of before with work and all that, both our jobs and whatnot, just trying to get everything done. But it got me thinking about all the tips and tricks you can do when you're taking a cruise. So let's discuss that right now. First of all, your cabin location can actually affect your mood. So if you're midship, you're going to get less motion sickness. You should avoid being below the pool deck, because if you're right below the pool deck, well, guess what? Everybody above you is partying, and they're going to be walking around, and you're going to be like, I want to sleep. Yeah, just go ahead and book somewhere not below the pool deck. The person helping us with our Carnival cruise was really nice, and he was like, I'm going to put you on deck such and such, because the one right above it is right up below the dance floor. And that was great, because that's the last thing we want to deal with. I'm in bed early because I'm an old man. Once Matlock's over, I go straight to bed. So the aft, which is the back, aft balcony cabins typically have larger balconies. So if you're getting a balcony cabin, try to get one on way in the back of the ship. Even if it's just a couple feet wider, it's actually very noticeable. One thing I do need to mention is everybody, as they board the ship, is required to go to the muster station. What's a muster station for people who've never taken a cruise? That is exactly where somebody will go over what you need to do in case you need to evacuate the ship. It's actually international law that everybody goes through this. So they're going to tell you where to meet if the evacuation order comes through. If you're in your room, you grab one of the life jackets that's actually in your room. If not, just go straight to the muster station, and you will be sent to your lifeboat. Everyone's required to go through this as soon as you get on board, because that's generally when everybody's sober. They want to make sure everybody knows before the ship takes off. If you do not get your muster station, they won't even take off at all. The ship will stay right where it's at. I have heard them call people's names and embarrass them over the loudspeaker because the people have not taken their muster station. It's really funny. Some cruise lines let you bring beverages, such as even alcoholic drinks, on board, which can save you some money. You're going to want to check with the individual cruise line. I know Royal Caribbean will allow X amount of ounces, but they really want you to buy their package, so you can't go over it. If you go to port, you buy some duty-free liquor, wine, booze, the whole shebang. What'll end up happening is they'll actually hold on to it for you until you disembark the ship. They, again, want you to pay money to drink their alcohol. That's how they make revenue. But do keep in mind, you can bring certain beverages on board. I've actually seen plenty of people with a case of Pepsi under their shoulder. They don't have a refrigerator. They're not keeping it cold. Loyalty program loopholes. Now, sometimes some cruise lines will status match other cruise lines' loyalty program. Check with your travel advisor for that. The spa is usually empty on port days. So if it's a port you're not particularly interested in going to, you might want to actually make your spa appointment there. I'm not a big fan of the spa because, I'm a guy. But also the pool decks are very peaceful. Most of the people are off the ship. I'm not a big fan of Nassau, Bahamas. I think it's a boring city. So that's where I usually just sit on my butt around the pool and enjoy. A lot of people not running around screaming. Usually kids. Laundry secrets. Bring travel detergent and collapsible laundry line. You can wash your own clothes in your shower and hang them up. Yeah, it's longer cruises. This is good for longer cruises, not for short ones. You got to hang up your clothes so that they dry somewhat. Make sure that they're clean before you actually leave. Some ships, Carnival and Princess, will have free or cheap self-laundromats that you can actually go into. Kind of like what you'll find at some motels and such. Theme nights are always happening, but they're not always advertised. So what you're going to want to do is make sure what the theme nights are. Some theme nights will be like white night. There's always a formal night in the dining room and so on and so forth. The main dining room for breakfast is actually really good. Basically, everybody goes to the buffet for breakfast, but the main dining room does have better quality food and there are no crowds. If you're near land at whatever port you're on, turn off airplane mode occasionally on your phone. Turn on international roaming, which may cost you something, but you might be able to connect to a cell tower and be able to connect with friends and family back in America. In Mexico, my phone, for example, will work just fine. And I can actually text my children and make sure everything's fine, make sure everything's okay with them and not have to worry about any of it. Now, also use offline Google Maps. You can pre-download where you're going to go to avoid paying that possible Wi-Fi. And here's something I can't say enough. Be friendly and be nice to your room steward and your favorite bartender. Little things like handwritten notes, even bring chocolates, can actually get you VIP treatment. My wife always tips them, the room steward, $20 a day, and he always gets us everything we need. It's not even an issue. If you're in a cheap room and you want a Royal Caribbean bathrobe, hey, guess what? We've got it. As long as we don't take it off the ship, we're okay. So those are some of the tips and tricks you can get while you're cruising. Please like and follow this podcast, vodcast, blogcast, Davecast, and follow me right here and push that like button. It sure helps me out a lot. We're going to be here twice a week from this point forward, 10 minutes at a time. We'll see you then.